everyone, welcome back to my channel, Mingby. My name is Mandy and I am a full-time reseller. On today's video, I am going to go over my sales for August 12th through the 18th. This will be on 4 different platforms: eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Depop. This will probably be a pretty short video because this last week was absolutely horrible. You know, it could be because everyone's getting ready for back to school, last minute vacations. Maybe just what I have currently available is not what people wanted last week, but it was pretty rough. So the notes that I have for you this week, since there was no sales happening, I tried to force sales as much as I could. On Poshmark, I did run we can't really run a sale, but I did send off 40% offers on all of my denim that someone had liked, just in hopes to move some of that, get ready for back to school items. And I'm pretty full right now on denim. I also did 50% off on dresses and swimwear, and I got one sale. One sale for a swimsuit for, I think it was like $10. Yeah, so Poshmark was extremely slow. Mercari was slow, only 2 sales there. eBay, I went in, and I don't normally use promoted listings, but I thought I got to do something because just leaving the listings is not working. So I did go in and promote everything to 5% yesterday. Today I'm filming this on Monday, so on Sunday I did that. So hopefully we'll see some sort of results come this week. I did want to show you this message. Okay, so I have some items on my store on eBay as auctions, and those are items that I've had for a while. There just really isn't interest, so then I mark them pretty low, starting points for auctions. So this was a Teddy Fresh hoodie. Probably picked this up like a year and a half ago. Comps looked decent at the time. It was missing the drawstring. No one has bought it, so I currently have it for $10.99 a starting bid, or you can buy it for $30. Someone messaged me. I'm going to read the whole thing for you. I'll put it up here. It says, take 20 on eBay with free shipping, or if you already have bids, I can bid to the top, and then you can choose to end item and sell to highest bidder and revise shipping price on the invoice to reflect our agreed upon price before you send for me to pay. If you're doing a buy it now, please don't until I'm ready so nobody gets it before me. Why would I do that? I don't understand when people feel entitled that they can just be like, hey, I want this and I want it for this price, so just do it. That just off-puts me so much. I don't know. So I just didn't even respond to that person because just put a bid in. If you win it, you win it. I'm not going to cancel an item because you want it for a certain price. So that was a little off-putting. I also had, I think, a $29 item that was sold, and then probably 5 minutes later, she asked to cancel. She was confused and had bought from multiple people and blah, blah, blah. So that got canceled. I had 2 returns, one on that dress with new tag. So we'll see how that comes back. That was a $100 sale. I'm assuming, she did put in the listing or in the return comments that she had bought multiple dresses for an event and, she wanted to try them all out. So I don't know. I hope that is the case and that it does get returned with the tags and everything still on it. Then there was a pair of Prana pants. Those were also new with tags. Those I didn't even get to show you because those sold this week. She got them and supposedly they don't fit. So she's returning those. That was like a $35 sale. So now we will get into my actual listings so you can see what actually did end up selling. Okay, so starting on Poshmark, I'll move over here so I can put them up. This was a Snap-on Tools, just a mesh trucker style hat. This one went for $13. Most of my hats go between I would say 12 and 18, depending on the brand and the condition, which is fine by me because I find them very frequently at the bins. They don't weigh very much. Next was something I just picked up at the Goodwill bins in that last haul, this black crocheted knit cardigan. I thought this was gonna maybe sit for a little bit because it does have a little bit of a beachy vibe with the what did it have? Little seashells that were on the back. I did use mermaid core and siren and beachy for keywords, so maybe that helped sell it. This Azos dress I've had probably since last fall. I was anticipating it would have moved in the spring. It's more spring, I guess, than fall. It has the floral embellishments, more of a slimmer fit to it. It was only a size 2, so that maybe was deterring some people from buying it, but it did end up going for $24. This was the swimsuit that went in the 50% off sale, which I sent off the offers and then they came back with a counter. I'm like, really? You're already getting 50% off. So as you can tell, it was a very irritating week for me with sales. Anyways, this did go for $10. I think I probably paid, I don't know, $2 for it at the bins. This Soft Surroundings top I did just pick up at the bins last week, I believe it was, and this did go for full price of $32. Soft Surroundings is one of those brands where there's got to be multiple things going for it for me to pick it up. Before, you know, just being a bigger size was good enough, but not so much anymore. This was flannel. It had floral detail on the back, kind of a mismatch pattern, and it was a 1X. So happy to see this move quickly. These Eddie Bauer shorts came in that JTC box. They were new with tags, size 42. These did go for, I believe, full asking price of $32. This cake maternity bra I've had for quite a while. I did buy it at Goodwill on clearance, I think, for $1.99. Maternity bras, depending on brand, can do well. You know, $1.99 into $25 is great. Someone sent me an offer and I was happy to see this go, but they do tend to sit sometimes unless they are something a little bit more of a brand that more people know. These Columbia pants I got at the bins last week. I was a little bit hesitant about listing them. They were rolled up at the bottom and I didn't notice that there was some discoloration in the rolled up part. So I thought, I don't know if someone's going to buy these. And they did end up going in like 4 days for an offer of 18. 18 I think is decent for Columbia. It's very oversaturated. You can find Columbia pants pretty much anywhere. These were the Columbia PFG pants and in a 16W, so a good size. So that was it for Poshmark sales. On to Mercari, this Disney Snow White plush. It did have like beans kind of in the bottom so it can stand up, and this went for full price for $17. Thankfully, plush normally doesn't get me too much unless it's something a little bit more unique. I was really surprised on this one too. I had checked comps when I got this at the bins. It's a Wisconsin Water from the Air DVD, and I believe it's like a PBS type thing. It was new in package. Comps looked decent. The sell-through rate wasn't super great, but I figured, you know, it's at the bins. I'll try it, see what happens. Someone did buy it for full price of $14.99. That was it for Mercari. Now on to eBay. These Billabong board shorts I've had forever. There was a period of time where Billabong board shorts did like excellent for me. I would, you know, list them and they would be gone in a couple weeks. Not so much anymore. These did end up going for an offer of only $17. The next up is, I believe I pronounced this Lang in my video when I did my haul on this. I got a bunch of these at Goodwill in a bag. They were all new for $5.99. And I believe it's Lange is how you pronounce it, not Lang. They are, I'm sure you've seen it on Instagram. They have like a beach waiver. I think they have some other styling tools, a bunch of hair products. Anyways, this ended up going for an offer of $10.50, so that pays for all of them that I ended up getting. And I have had some interest in the other two. I think I have 2 more lots of those. So happy to see that go. This Vince Camuto ruffle sleeve top I've had forever. I'm sure it came in some sort of box. I don't believe I purchased this on my own. This ended up going on one of my auctions for $7.99. It was only an extra small too. There was another auction, this Charter Club paisley print skirt. I thought that there would have been more interest in this, but when I tell you there was none, like 0 likes since I've had this almost a year. I put it up for auction and almost immediately someone bid $8.99. So it was a bins pickup. These are a pair of Fit Flops. These do very well for me. This brand was new to me probably 8 months ago is when I first heard about them. They're geared towards more of a comfort sandal that doesn't necessarily look like a comfort sandal, I guess you could say. I found these at Goodwill, 2 pairs of them. They did have them in the boutique section, so I think I did pay like $11, which is kind of high, but it was a quick turnaround. I think I only had them listed for 2 weeks, and they did go for an offer of $34. This Tommy Bahama linen striped button front shirt. This one went for full asking price of $28. I just got this at the bins. I went back and forth with myself just because Tommy Bahama, for whatever reason, doesn't always do the best for me. Weirdly enough, women's does better than men's. Normally when you think of Tommy Bahama, or at least I do, I was always conditioned to see, you know, all the YouTubers back in the day, pick up the silk vacation tops for men. Those I don't really pick up anymore just because they just don't move like they used to. But this one did have a little flip collar kind of that had floral underneath it. So I thought, you know, it's unique enough. It is a large. And I was also a little concerned because we are moving into fall, but it did move very quickly. Another pair of the Primo golf pants went. These were a short, a size 30 short. They're joggers. They feel like Lululemon. I picked these up at Goodwill probably 2 weeks ago for $6.99. They did end up going for $40. I have been doing so well with this type of tank top. It's like crocheted, a little bit of a baby doll look, and then it has some sort of ribbon detail to them. This one sold for $16. I picked them up at the bins. I wouldn't pay up for these. They have been going kind of like in the $16 to $22 range, depending on the size and the color and what it looks like. But this one probably sold within 3 weeks. This was another soft surrounding sale. I picked these up at the bins probably like towards the end of last winter. They were a thermal type material, pull-on, plus size, jogger, and cargo pockets. So there was enough factors for me to get these. These ended up going for an offer of $22. Here's another one of those baby doll type tank tops. It's crocheted. It has the ribbon. This was a really pretty like baby pink and cream color. This one went for $20. Now on to Depop, this Patrons of Peace top. This came in that JTC box. This one ended up going for $16. Next up is an Abercrombie like tank crop blouse type situation. This I originally picked up at the bins to go to Plato's. They passed on it twice, so I thought I'll list it. And this one did go for an offer of $16. And last on Depop were these like chunky, puffy sandals from Cape Robin. I've never heard of that brand before. I picked these up last summer, I think, for 99 cents at Goodwill. There was so much interest on these on Depop and I believe Poshmark. Finally, someone offered me $15 and paid for it because once again, I had a whole bunch of offers on Depop that no one paid for. So these ended up going for $15. The totals for the week, Poshmark, $176. I can't even believe that. For 8 items sold. Mercari, $31.99 for 2 items sold. eBay, $369.02 for 10 items sold. And Depop, $47 for 3 items sold. So my total this week was only $624.01. That leaves me with, after my average cost of goods is taken out, and the platform fees, $421.50 for 23 items sold. Going into next week, I don't know what to expect. We're still kind of in that limbo area of in between summer and fall, right where school is starting. People are busy. People are spending money other places. So I don't know. I mean, I know I'm not the only person that has slow sales. I've seen it in Facebook groups, but I've also seen people that are doing great. So it could just be the items that I currently have. I thought about doing a video and going through all of my listings that I've had for like over a year. I don't know that I'm going to be able to do all of them because I might have quite a few, and just really do a deep dive and look at everything. Look at the photos, look at the descriptive words I'm using, looking at keywords, looking at the price. So that means going into eBay, you know, checking sold comps for it right now, as opposed to when I listed it over a year ago. You know, if I haven't revisited that, what my price is now could be completely different than what it was a year ago. And just kind of be completely vulnerable with you guys and show you what my listing looks like so we can all learn together. I know that is one of my biggest pain points in my business is pricing. I have tried very, very hard to be better at that and really looking at the market value. I kind of need to just, you know, evaluate how I'm doing that, figure out what I want to do. In the past, I've always done, you know, a little bit higher so that there was room for offers, and I've just done that across the board on all platforms. One thing that I have learned from Gloria via Glow, I'll put her information here. She is full of knowledge. I think out of anybody I watch, she is the most realistic on pricing, and that is a structure I am trying to follow with hers. Is to really look at that. I know that that is one of my downfalls where it's like, well, you know, I think I could probably get 24, but if I went and looked at eBay, maybe it's really going for 18. 18 to 24 is a pretty big, you know, leeway there. So that might be deterring people from looking at my listing and say, well, I don't even want to offer this person, 19 when I can just buy this person's for 18. So if that is a video that you guys would be interested in, let me know. It would probably take quite a while for me to film it and do everything. So if there's interest, I will do that video. And then while I'm doing that, I might also just realize like, hey, there is no interest for this item anymore. Pull it, send it to Plato's, send it to ThreadUp, and just get it out of here. As far as inventory has gone, things have been pretty bad. I am not able to list as much as I want. It's just not there. I don't know if people are not, like donating right now. It is kind of a weird time. Like I said, people are busy. They're probably not thinking like, oh, let's go through our closets right now. A lot of garage sales are over, so all of that has been donated. In my area, I thought about maybe looking into, looking at the surrounding areas of me, like out to an hour or so, and see if there's somewhere that has multiple thrift stores that I could go to make the trip worthwhile. I do run the risk of finding nothing and have, wasted that time and money to get there. But at this point, the thrift stores that I have gone to in my area are just, like maybe I'm finding one or two things. I think Savers, the last 3 times I've gone there, I've gotten nothing. And it's not even like, oh, I would get this, but it's too expensive. Like there's just nothing that I think would be a good investment to purchase. That is another thing that I worked really hard on this year, is to not just buy something just so I have it to list, because that's how I get bombarded with all of this bad inventory and then I have to purge it all again. So, that's something that I have worked on. But the flip side is, is it better to list something or to just keep delisting, relisting if I don't have the inventory to list? As far as the mystery boxes go, I'm tempted to buy another one. But once again, I don't want to spend that money on just a gamble that there might be something good in there. I did find another company. I don't want to say the name yet in case I do want to get it and do a video. We'll see. I'm kind of waiting to see what else they put on their website. I haven't seen very many people talk about it. Like all the videos are older, so that also makes me a little bit concerned. So stay tuned for potentially that. So yeah, once I get off this video, I am going to go to one of my local stores. Hopefully there's something there. I will probably go to the bins today. That's another thing. When I have gone to the bins recently, it's been like 16 pounds and most of it is stuff for Plato's as opposed to listing, which is okay because when it's slow like this, it's hard to just keep listing and plumping up my inventory if nothing's moving out of it. And it is also nice to just get the cash right away from Plato's, even though it might not be as much. I have been getting some pretty successful trips to Plato's. Before it was, I think they were also, kind of in that transition period between summer and winter. So they were only maybe, buying like $40, $50 worth of stuff. Now, the last couple times, it's been upwards of 80. So let me know in the comments below how your sales have been going. Are they picking up a little bit? If they are good, let me know kind of what your inventory looks like. Are you more of a clothes seller, shoe seller, mixture, hard goods? That's something else I kind of thought about. Right now I think clothing is kind of hard just because there's so many people selling it. I've said this before. I have been looking into hard goods, but once again, I don't have the true bins here, like the Goodwill bins. So the ones that I have, that thrift store, it is only clothing, purses, hats, and shoes. So I don't have a place where I can get hard goods for a cheap enough price for the most part. I mean, some thrift stores have some things, but that's very picked over. Let me know that in the comments. And as always, if you enjoyed today's video, please make sure to give it a like. It really helps out the channel and I really appreciate it. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye!